Greetings, it's Iain from RTO here. Welcome to another Wednesday marathon. I do apologise about the light. It's not me, it's natural, it's dark. If you put the light on, it's too bright. So we'll go with this one today. We have got a viewer's request. Well, it's not a viewer, he is the engine room of the channel, and it's Dave. Now, he put this band in the laundry list a long time ago. So it's been hanging around in the basket for a little while. So it was decided to bring it out, and that band is Lindisfarne. Now, Lindisfarne are an English folk band from the northeast of England in Newcastle upon Tyne. They were formed in 1968 and they were called Brethren then. And the original lineup comprised of Alan Hull on the vocals and guitars and keyboards, Ray Jackson on vocals, mandolin and harmonica, Simon Crowe guitars, mandolin and banjo and keyboards, Rod Clements bass guitar and violin, Ray Laidlaw on the drums. They've been around a long time. Ray Jackson retired from the band, but the remaining members said that Rod Clements, who was there originally, had come back, and then they've had a few changes. People have more retired than left and had squabbles. Sadly, some of one of the replacements passed away, but in 2021 Paul Thompson retired from the band and was replaced by Paul Smith, so they're still sort of going in one form or another. I quite like this band. They've had some good hits, and they have made 14 albums. So let's have a look at the 14 albums. So coming in at number 14 is an album from 1987 called Come On Everybody. Now this is a rock and roll folk type Jive Bunny Stars on 45 thing. Playing on here is Ray Jackson on vocals and mandolin and harmonica, and Alan Hull, Rod Clements, Simon Crowe, Ray Laidlaw and Marty Craggs on saxophone flute. Now basically it's loads of 50s and 60s hits. We've got Let's Dance, New Orleans, Splish Splash, Party Die, Doll Soul, You Can Never Can Tell, Little Bitty, Pretty One, Running Bear, Mr. Bassman, Sea Cruise, Let's Go, Woolly Woolly, Come On Everybody, Do You Wanna Dance, Twist and Shout, Do You Love Me, Run Around Shoe, Shake, Rattle and Roll, See You Later, Alligator, It'll Be Me, You Keep On Knocking, there's loads. Love You More Than I Can Say, Oh Donna, Keep Your Hands Off My Baby, The Rhythm of Rain, Speedy Gonzales, Little Darling, Dreaming La Bamba, Meet Me on the Corner, Lady Eleanor, one of theirs, Fog on the Time. All I can describe this is in one word: crap. I haven't got it, I don't want it. It is just, let's just stick to what they're good at. That's folk music. Don't do rock and roll. No. So I've listened to it, well, as much as I get tolerated, and I can't give this a mark at all because it is absolutely for the bin. So it's a nil point. I don't give many nil points out, but I can't rank that. It is just a load of rubbish. Okay, we'll start doing the proper stuff now. So coming in at number 13, we have from 1986, Dance Your Life Away. We got Ray Jackson, Alan Hull, Rod Clements, Simon Crowe, Ray Laidlaw and Marty Craggs again. First track on here is called Shine On. It's got lots of 80s production on, but the harmonies are really good. This is one thing this band could do, and that was sing, and it's all right. Love on the Run. What lets down this is the drumming. Wrong drum sound. 80s smooth nonsense. Get rid of it. You got lovely banjo and violin, everything you expect from Lindisfarne. except the drums. Heroes, again, 280s. They were not for this sort of production. Keep it to the folk stuff. It just doesn't work. Not a very good song. All in the same boat. The 80s production just ruined this band. Everyone done it. Dance Your Life Away. It's got some nice saxophone from Marty Craggs. That's the only thing I can say about it. Beautiful Dear. Oh dear. That's all I can say about it. It's not very good. Broken Doll. I quite like this track, but the drum bit, the sound just doesn't sound right. 100 Miles to Liverpool. Lovely song, lovely lyrics, lovely harmony, bad production. Take Your Time. This actually sounds like proper Lindisfarne. It's not too bad. Probably the best track on this album. Song for a Stranger. I just wish they'd redo this and change the drumming, because it's just really lets it down. That 80s smooth drumming just does not work. All I can say about this album is it's just ruined by the production. It just doesn't fit with this style of music. It's not a pop. You know, they were trying to do poppy and it just didn't work, which is a shame, because there's some really good songs on this. And for that reason, I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 4 out of 10. Okay, coming in number 12, we go to 1982 now, and an album called Sleepless Nights. It's Alan Ray, Rod, Simon and Ray. The first track on here is called Nights. I love the bass line on this. It's played by Rod Clements. And the sound hasn't changed. It's just starting to change, but it's not a bad song. That wasn't. Start Again. This is just far too poppy for Lindisfarne. You know, they're a folk band. You know, don't do pop. Doesn't work. Cruising Disaster's not too bad. It's got some nice harmonica playing from Rod. I do like. I mean, Ray, not Rod. Ray plays the harmonica. It's really good. Same Way Down comes next. Not a great track. I don't like the sound of this at all. It's a shame because the words are quite nice. Winning the Game. Now, I think they were just trying to keep up with the Joneses, stay relevant. It just doesn't suit them. About You. There's lots of weird noises on it. It just doesn't suit them. Just stick to what you know. Sunderland Boys, which is quite funny, singing. They're all from Newcastle and they're singing about Sunderland. And if you don't know, there's a bit of a rivalry between Sunderland and Newcastle. But it is the best track on here. Very Lindisfarne. It's even got a really funky bass line on it, which is pretty good. Love Is a Pain. Another of the better tracks. Ray's harmonicas are really good on this, so that's pretty good. Do What I Want. It's got an electronic bass line. It just doesn't sound right. Never Miss the Water. Again, a wishy-washy pop song. We don't need that. I Must Stop Going to Parties. Cheesy, but it's folk. It's cheesy folk. I don't mind that. Stormy Weather. Very quirky. It's got that distinctive Lindisfarne sound to it. There are a few good tracks on here and some real howlers, but it was just not a great period for the band. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 5 out of 10. Okay, then coming in at number 11, this is from 1979 and it's called The News. Ray, Alan, Rod, Simon and Ray. Call of the Wild. Some really nice harmonies on this, but it's just a very mediocre song. People say Yeah, it's a really nice song. Some nice harmonies once again. Yeah, can't complain about that. 1983, very poppy. I don't like them doing pop. They're a folks band, for God's sakes. Log on Your Fire, my favourite track on here. Proper folky rock pop, not rock pop, but rock. Nice funky sound to it, some nice singing on it, some nice guitars, very good track. Evening, super harmonica playing here from Ray Jackson. Not a bad track at all. Miracles. It's quite good. It's got that folky Lindisfarne feel to it. When Friday Comes, I love this track. Lovely harmonies again. Nice tune. That's what I want to hear. Dedicated Hound. Once again, we got some great harmonica playing on this from Ray Jackson. I like that track. This has got to end. Quite a pleasant track. Nice keyboards in this. And harmonica. Good to be here. Bit dreary. Whiny. Last track on Album Syndrome. Definitely a mixed bag album. There's some really good ones on this. This is where they did start the change of the sound. But on the whole, it has got some good songs on it. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. Okay, then coming in at number 10 from 1989, Amigos. We've got the guys and Marty Cracks joins them on the saxophone and flute. First track on this one is called One World. Really nice song. Last that year of the 80s, and they're sort of going back to that sound that you like. It's a really nice track, that is. Everything changes. The best song on this album. Catchy tune, lyrics. Okay, it's got a little bit of cheesy keyboard in there, but it's still a very good track. Working from the bar, man, the 80s production is still hovering there like a bad smell. It's not a very good track. Roll on That Day. Like this track, quite nice, pleasant melody. You're the One. Guitars sound great. We've got electric and acoustic mixing. It's real proper Lindisfarne. Wish You Were Here. Nothing to do with Pink Floyd. It's got some nice acoustic guitars in it though, just like Pink Floyd's version, and it's got a great harmonica piece on it as well. Do You Like It? Now this is a really rocky little track from the band. They don't do many of these tracks. Solid track. Then we get Anyway the Wind Blows. From when you listen to it, you know it's Lindisfarne. It's not too poppy, it's more folky, and some great harmonica from Ray. Absolutely great stuff. Strange Affair. Oh, we still sort of got some of that horrible hot 80s nonsense on it. When the Night Comes Down. I love the guitar work in this. Absolutely wonderful. I'm not quite sure who does the main on it, but it's a really great track. Don't Say Goodbye. Catchy tune. Again, listen to the guitar work on this, is great. And then we get Another World. Another great song with some great harmonica from Ray. Some great saxophone from Marty's on this as well. Okay, not a bad album. Still got a little bit of 80s influence on there, but this is where the sound started to change back to proper music, and I shall give this one an RTO ranking of 6.5. Okay then, coming in at number 9, we move to 1993 now, and an album called Elvis Lives on the Moon. So we got Alan Hull, Rod Clements, Simon Crowe, Marty Craggs, and on bass now is Iain Thompson. First track on here is called Day of the Jackal. a really strange start, but once it gets going, it's of Lindisfarne of old. Really good track. Soho Square. Some lovely little bit of slide guitar on here. I quite like that. The great bass line from Iain Thompson. Really, and the sax from Marty as ever. Really good track. Then we get Old Peculiar Feeling. I call this good old-fashioned Lindisfarne. Harmonies, nice guitar, folky, point, chunky jumpers. It's all on that one. Mother Russia. It's got this sort of Russian sort of folk music sound to it. Really good. Some nice violin on here as well. Pretty good. Demons. A little bit different. A little bit rocky, bit upbeat. Very, very good track. Don't Leave Me Tonight. It's got that certain 1990s folk feel to it. Good track though. I like that. Then we get the title track, Elvis Lives on the Moon. A little bit of vibraphone coming in here with a little bit of violin. Really good. Keeping the Rage. Sorry. My favourite track on here. It's lovely. I love the guitar. Some nice singing. Heaven Waits, some more vibraphone oozing, which I don't mind. The saxophone from Marty really adds to this track. Some great little riffs in this as well. Solid track. Spoken Like a Man. Bit disjointed. It's alright. And Think, again, a little bit last track syndrome. Pretty solid album, apart from the last two tracks. But a very strong album. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay then, coming in at number 8. Go to 2002 now. And an album called Promenade. We've got Rod Clements on slide guitar and mandolin. Ray Laidlow on the drums. Iain Thompson, he's on the bass. We've got Dave Dell on guitars and Billy Mitchell on vocals and guitar. So we've had a bit of a change round. So the first track is called The Guitar Never Lies. Love this song. I like this. It's got them lovely guitar tones, the lovely singing. Fantastic track. When Jones Gets Back to Town. Great slide guitar here from Rod Clements. I love his playing on that. It's really good. We've got some nice violin that he puts in there as well. Very, very good track. This Too Will Pass. Harmonica. He's pretty good on this, as ever. Very much like early Lindisfarne on here. Coming Good. The singing's great. After these years, they still can sing and make great songs. The new guys, they're all good singing. Excellent track. Candlelight, one of my favourite songs actually by Lindisfarne. I think it's a very gentle folk song. It's just lovely. Freedom Square, another good one. It's just good old-fashioned Lindisfarne. You can't go too wrong with that. Under the Promenade, very good. Just solid track. Rock and Roll Phone, little rocker here, bit upbeat, very, very good. Unfinished Business sounds very Bob Dylan, some nice track. Also reminds me of Tom Petty's song. Nothing wrong with that. Happy Birthday Dad, just a lovely little folk song there. Walking Back to Blueberry Hill, the guitar tones on here are fantastic. They all they're all playing a different sort of pitch, but they all work well together. It makes a lovely sound. Significant Other, great drums on this, like that. Like the drums here from Ray Laidlow. Very, very good. And Remember Tomorrow. This reminds me about their early stuff, and I mean their early stuff. It seems this band have gone full circle, going back to what they're good at. This is a great album. If this is that, this was probably that this is the last album they released, as you know, new songs, and if this is the last one, it's not a bad way to go out, really. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.3. Okay, then, coming in at number 7, 1998 now, and here comes the Neighbourhood. So it's Rod Clements, Ray Laidlaw, Marty Craggs, Ian Thompson, Dave Hull, Denholm and Billy Mitchell again. First track on here is Born at the Right Time. What a track. It's got a little bit of groove to it. It really is a solid track. I do like that track. Ghost in Blue Suede Shoes. Great little folk song. Some great vocals. Great little story. I like that. Jubilee Corner. Everything about Lindisfarne is on this track. The sound effects, the acoustics, the harmonies. It's just a great song. Then we get Can't Do Right for Doing Wrong. Lovely song, nice gentle words, telling a bit of a folk story. I do like tracks like that. Really strong. Then we get another of my favourite tracks on here, Working My Way Back Home. This is a bit of a rocky track for them. Some nice slide guitar on here. I do like it when Rod does the slide guitar. Very good track. Then we have a track, I don't know how to pronounce this. I'll put it up on screen. There we go. It's Wee Gibling or something like that. It's a very short track. Some nice piano and flute. I'm sure someone will tell me what it is. Unmarked Car comes next. I love it when you've got electric and acoustic guitar working together with some harmonica just underlying them two tracks of the guitars. Very good track. I like that. Devil of the North, once again the harmonica's out. Love it. Really gives the flow of the song. Uncle Henry, the guitar work on this one is very good. It's a very short little piece, but it's a good little tune. One Day, another nice arrangement. The guitars again, everything's good about that one. Drifting Through, typical Lindisfarne. It's got a nice upbeat to it without being heavy. Great track. I would say this is the best album in a long time. The last two albums were great, but then they went back to their roots on this one, ditched the fancy production, and it's just proper folk songs. And I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, top 6. Now we're going back. We're going into that really popular and that when they were at their best. So coming in at number 6 from 1974, we have Happy Days, Ray Jackson, Alan Hill, Kenny Craddock, Tommy Duffy, Charlie Hardcore and Paul Nichols on the drums. A great lineup of this band. First track on here is Tonight. Love this track. You get that great bass line from Tommy, the guitars on it. It's just a fantastic track. In Your Head. I sometimes compare Lindisfarne to Bread. Very similar sound in some of their records. I love this track. It's got a quirky little melody to it. Then we get River. One of my favourite songs on this album. One of my favourite songs. I like the vocals. Alan's guitar work is nice. Along with Charlie, they really work well together. You Put the Laugh on Me. Bassline, harmonies, guitars. And it just works wonderfully. No Need to Tell Me. There's one of the short tracks, but it's my favourite track. There's just something about it, that quirky piano line from Kenny. It's so 1930s, and I just love this track. Juiced Up to Loose. to lose, sorry. Good little rocker. Now and again they did put out a great rocker. I like the guitar riffs in this. Then we get Dealer's Choice, another good little rocker. A bit of country rock, very, very good. Then we have a little track called Nelly. Great bass line here again. A lot of good bass on this track, and a good track all round. The Man Down There, lovely harmonies on this one. That's what I like about Lindisfarne. They're singing, their harmonies at their peak were fantastic. Once again, the lovely acoustic guitar on this. Gin and tonics all round. We'll have a bit of that. I wouldn't say it's my favourite track on the album. I do like the funky bass line though. Tomorrow, another great track to end the album with. Some great vocals on here from Alan, and strong track. One of the great albums from this band. Unbelievable music, very consistent. Not a bad track on here really. Even Gin and Tonics has got its moments. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.6. Okay then, coming in at number 5 from 1973, Roll On Ruby. Tommy Duffy on the bass and vocals, drums Paul Nichols, guitar Charlie Harcourt, pianos and vocal Alan Hull, harp mandolin Ray Jackson, keyboards guitars Ken Craddock. Taking Care of Business, a classic from Lindisfarne, one of their most popular tracks. It's my favourite on the album. I do love that track. North Country Boy, that distinctive bass line from Tommy Duffy. Some great harmonies on this. Another great track. Steppenwolf. Some great drumming from Paul on this, along with Tommy's bass line. The engine room of Lindisfarne working well, and all the other, everything sort of rolls round the drums and the bass. Great track. Nobody Loves You Anymore. Some soulful British folk music here. The vocals are lovely on this. It's just a great track. When the War Is Over, we got some strings on this. It gives you that extra depth. The flute is wonderful on this. It just makes it very moody blues as well. Great track. Moonshine, a little bit of a rocker. Some nice guitar riffs on this. Very, very good track. Lazy harmonica. Way, what a good track. Really cool track. Then we get Roll on the River. I like this song, but it goes on a little bit too long. 5 minutes is a long time, and it sort of needed to be cut short a little bit. Toe the Line. I think you forget sometimes this band are from North East England, because this is very American country. Very good track. And the last track is called Goodbye. Great melodic track. Great way to end the album. Another solid album from Lindisfarne. Some classic songs on here from the band. So I shall give this one an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 4 from 1978. Back and Forth. One of their most popular albums. Alan Hull, Ray Jackson, Rod Clement, Simon Crowe, Ray Laidlaw. First track on here is Jukebox Gypsy. Typical harmonica from Ray. The mandolin is brilliant on this. I love the mandolin. It's a really good instrument. Very versatile. Quite a good track that is. So I don't know what Rocky's doing, but he's wagging his tail. Because he's flicking it. I don't know what he's up to. For Warm Feeling, again the harmonica from Ray on this is great. The dulcet tones of Alan Hull, what a good track. Very, very good. I do like that. Woman, funky. Strings and harmonica. You don't expect funky bass line with the strings and harmonica to work, but it does. Only on that alone. The bass line is so good. Very sharp tones for the bass. Lovely harmonies on this one as well. Then we get the brilliant Run for Home. Great track, huge hit. My favourite song by them. Okay, it's a popular song, but it's just a brilliant, brilliant track. King Cross Blues. The combination of banjo and mandolin and harmonica just sets this track off. It's different. You don't get that very often. Banjos, mandolins and harmonicas, and it's brilliant. I love that track. Get Wise, bass and harmonica playing well together on this. That just sounds great. You and Me, quirky little track, slide guitar on this, banjo, harmonica. Marshall Riley's Army, the highlight for me is the beginning of the mandolin. Without that, it wouldn't be, it'd just be a normal track, but the mandolin really just set the track off well. Angels at 11, some lovely strings and piano on this. Make Me Want to Stay, the last track. The best thing about this is the saxophone solo. Wow, absolutely dynamite. Again, not a bad track on this album. A mixture of nice slow songs, upbeat. One of their best albums, and I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.2. Okay, coming in number 3, we go back to where it all started for them, from 1970. Nicely Out of Tune, and this charted after a year after its release, so it was a slow burning one, and the only reason it did well is for another album, which we'll talk about in a minute. So on here we have got Alan Hurl, Ray Jackson, Rod Clement, Simon Clare, Ray Laidlow. First track is the wonderful Lady Eleanor, one of the classic tracks. The mandolin on this is fantastic, really adds to this track. I do like this. Then we get Road to Kingdom Come. The guitars on here are great. Just great vocal as well from Alan Hurl on the lead. Wonderful stuff. Winter Song. This song reminds me of a Bread song called Make It With You. The crisp acoustic guitar on this is wonderful. Absolutely killer track. Turn a Deaf Ear. Excuse me. Once again, the mandolin is the main instrument on here. Great vocal from Alan, like that. Then we get Clear White Light Part 2. Second favourite track on here. I love the start of this. Those harmonies are coming through. You got this really little groovy little track here. Love this. We Can Swing Together. The drums from Mr. Laidlaw, sorry. It's absolutely dynamite on here. What a good drummer. I just love the tones he gets on this. Then we get Alan in the River with Flowers. Lovely harmonies and nice acoustic guitars on this one. Then we get Down. I love the start of this one as well. It sounds like, you know, when it comes out the radio and then the whole band comes in. Got some harmonica and piano. Very, very good track. Things I Should Have Said. So many good tracks on here, and there's some great guitar work on here. Jack Hammer Blues. Great version of this Woody Guthrie song. I think this is a little bit better than the original, actually. Absolutely killer track. Scarecrow Scum. So we start again. The Scarecrow Song. One of them songs that you hear it in 2 seconds, you know, oh, that's Lindisfarne. Very distinctive vocal from Alan. The piano on this is great, and another great bass line from Tommy to end the album. A lot of great albums came out in 1970. This is a little gem that sometimes gets put to the back of the queue, but it's a fantastic album. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.3. Okay, then coming in at number 2 is an album from 1972, and it's called Dell. It's Alan, Ray, Rod, Simon and Ray on the drums, with Paul Laidlaw doing orchestral arrangements. All Falls Down. What I like about this song. Very uplifting stories, lots of instrument strings. Fantastic opening track. Then we get this short little thing called Plankton's Lament. Some lovely harmonica on this from Ray. Really good. Bring Down the Government is another little short track. It's quite fun. The guitar and the vocals, some little bit of banjo in there. Very good track. Then we get Poor Old Island. That mixture of guitar and banjo works well together. Then we have my favourite track on here, Don't Ask Me. It's a lovely little folk rock song. I love the harmonica again, and it really sounds like it's building memento as it goes through. It's just a real catchy tune. Oh, Not Again. One of the great tracks. There's more banjo on here than guitar, and I love the sound of the banjo. Some lovely harmonies on this again. Fantastic. Then we get this little traditional folk song called Dingle Regretta. It's a very traditional song. It's very short, but it's just a wonderful piece, a little bit of music. Wake Up You Little Sisters next. Another great track. The mandolins give this so much depth. It'd be a good song, but with the mandolins it makes it a great song. Go Back. Funny words. Simple song. Don't need to complicate stuff. Very, very good track. Caught in the Act. Now this is as rock and roll as Lindisfarne ever got, really. It's very rock and roll with a bit there, little twist on it. I love the track. Mandolin King. As I said before, you listen to this, you wouldn't expect these to be Geordies and All Right Man and all that sort of thing, but it's like an American country rock song, and I love it. Then we get Dingle Dell, really good track. It's a sort of a prog folk song. It starts gentle, builds up some nice pieces. We get some horns and strings, and it's a great track to end the album. Once again, another great album from top to bottom. It's got an acoustic on it. It's got the love of the banjo and mandolin are on this album. Very prominent, to make it a very distinctive album. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.5. So my number one Lindisfarne album. I think it's the album that really introduced me to them, and the song on here. I just love this, and it's from 1971, and it's Fog on the Tyne. Alan Hull, Ray Jackson, Rod Clements, Simon Crowe and Ray Laidlaw on it. Opens up with another classic, Meet Me on the Corner. I love this song. It's Ray Jackson does the vocals on this, is the lead singer on this one. It's just a great song. This is a fine example of Lindisfarne's ability to sing harmonies. It's just a wonderful sound. Great track. All Right on the Night. Alan's back to singing with Ray. Them two singing together are great. The mandolins on here comes through on this track. Really nice sound. What a track. Uncle Sam. Very simple. Great vocal from Ray Jackson on this as well. He sings that one. Together Forever. Very simple song. Ray Jackson doing the lead vocals on that one. January Song, my favourite song ever sung by Alan Hull. Absolute wonderful. Simple acoustic guitar makes it so wonderful. Peter Brophy, Don't Care. Really nice. I love the start of this. It's just a story about someone called Peter Brophy, I suppose. That's a very simple song. City Song comes next. dominated by the mandolin again. I just love that sound. Great vocal from Alan. Passing Ghosts, very moving song. It's one of those songs that you put on the headphones and you listen to the words. It's quite sad in places. Really heartwarming track. Train in G Major. One of these little bluesy sort of country songs. Definitely one of my top 10 songs by the band. Without that guitar solo on it, it wouldn't be very good. And then we have, of course, Fog on the Tyne. Great song. Other people have done it, yeah, including Paul Gascoigne. Oh dear. But I do love this version, and it's just a great track, isn't it? This is another reason this is one of my favourite albums. Is it's got some very simple acoustic tracks on it. I mean, you don't need to do big production on folk music. Just simple, keep it simple. And if you've got great singers like this band have, that's fine. It just makes perfect sense. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. Okay, hope you enjoyed that one. I do like a bit of Lindisfarne. They're a good band to listen to. Okay, that's all for today, because this takes ages to put together and all that sort of stuff. But tomorrow is Battle Royale. What is tomorrow's? Well, we've got a great album by Robert Wyatt, Rock Bottom from Sean Ryan, goes up against Pulsar's Revolver by the Beatles. That will be an interesting one. And then tomorrow we have got Pick and Mix, which is In the Camera's View. Now this month is the anniversary of the death of Freddie Mercury, I think in 1991. Somewhere around there, it's a long time ago. So I thought we'd have a look at the Freddie Mercury tribute concert that was held at Wembley the year later. Well, about 6 months or so, wasn't it? It was held in the Easter time. So we're going to have a look at that and all the people that took part and see how they mullered some of the Queen songs. So that's tomorrow. And don't forget, tomorrow is live stream day as well from 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, where we have a new feature for you where we look back at a year. This is a suggestion from one of the panel members, Rob Walker, of course, and we have a little chat after each stream, you know, what was good, what was bad, and Rob came up with this idea, and we all thought this is a good idea. So what year should we start? I said, well, it's my stream, we'll start at 1966. So we'll have a look at things that happened in 1966. Have a great day, everybody. Hope the weather improves, because it's so dark and dingy here still. Bye for now.